Okay, it is 6:07 and it is week 11. Yeah, of I think it's week 11 of world building. So we're building a Gothic horror campaign setting that I'm gonna try to set at least one, maybe more than one, shorter narrative focused campaigns in. Technically, it's a 5th edition world, but right now we haven't really committed to any particular system per se. We're using 5e as the building blocks with a little bit of Giffyglyphs thrown in, but we could really go in any direction. As we get closer and closer to having to sort of start digging into the mechanics, I am starting to look at other possible systems that this might be fun to run. So very much looking at old school World of Darkness. I really like the idea of maybe bringing World of Darkness back, or maybe even a very simple narrative system based on World of Darkness mechanics. I'm not 100% sure yet. Something that did catch my eye since last week was, I guess the author on Twitter posted this and it made its rounds, but this world building essentials guide. So it's 81 pages of world building tips, I guess, or tools. It's like a toolbox. I don't know if there's anything in here that would be immediately useful for us building. It seems like it's mostly a list of things to help you sort of flesh out your campaign. So essentially, there are a lot of things that I already do. So basically, custom feats based on player characters and role playing. I usually do that with higher level boons. 100 different curses. That actually sounds pretty interesting, especially for a Gothic Horror campaign and also for my Odyssey campaigns. Hey, what's up, man? Information on spicing up combat. I mean, sounds kind of interesting. A bunch of pre-made NPCs. Never really an issue coming up with NPCs, but it's always nice to have more NPCs to choose from. And let's see, alternatives to dying, which we already explored in our game, but it might be cool to go and check those out also. I did not receive this for free. I went and purchased it myself. I haven't gotten a chance to really dig into it, but I am curious about it. But I'm not going to go ahead and look at it here on stream, mostly because I want to just focus on continuing to build out the world itself and not really stress about the mechanics so much until later on. I do have the Grim Hollow campaign book open because this 300 plus page book is chockers with cool stuff. So if we get stuck at any point, we could always go through here and kind of see their layouts and regions and see if there's anything interesting there. They do have their own monsters, which again, I don't really have too much trouble coming up with monsters. No. Inanimus Legacy campaign world building essentials or whatever, that's a different book. And then Grim Hollow I have open just in case we run into some creative blocks there. And then I also still have Spectacular Settlements open because that will come into play. If you have been following this series and you like Spectacular Settlements, Nord Games is having a sale right now. Spring sale. I think it's like $20 or 20% off or 30% off, depending on how much you buy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have a link to the to this. Again, I didn't really get to dig into it too much, but it has 50 pre-made NPCs, 100 character ideas, 200 random plot hooks. It's basically just a lot of stuff from like my DM document. My DM resource document, just kind of stuffed into one container. And I think it's like $5, so it's not too bad. So I'll throw that up real quick. But we're going to continue building, and we're going to continue with our horrible Google document that continues to get more and more out of control. It's just May is like the busiest month of my year, and I just don't have time to learn I don't have time to learn OneDrive yet. I know that OneDrive is the shit. I know that you can make like an entire book out of one Word document. I want to take that journey. I want to go there, but I can't do that yet. All right. So let's see. We left notes for ourselves. Each of the 4 realms plus 1 city. That is where we're at now. Okay. Now, we did leave Vone mostly unfinished. Oh no, that's not good. Let me try to fix that real quick. We did leave Vone mostly unfinished except for the big cities. So, what we could do is we could open one more book that we were using. And let me see if I could find that book. Hold on. All right. Okay. I'm going to see if I could find the World Builder's Handbook from 2E. There we go. All right. So, World Builder's Handbook from 2E. That could certainly help us if we wanted to go and randomly determine what's in the region around the lake. We could do that. Also, I think there is... Let's see. I think there is a generator that we could use. Let's see. Because I was using this for a while with Skull and Shackles when they would randomly go to new places, and I wouldn't have it ready. Oh yeah. This one's good. All right, let me close this real quick. So this is called Polygon Map Generator. Let me post that into chat real quick. And what we could do with this one is it randomly generates like a small region, right? And we could go in here and essentially transcribe what we generate here over to Vone. We technically already have a lake here in the center, so we could go with that. And this is set to be a totally neutral place. So it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's not too dry, it's not too wet. The mountains aren't too crazy. Overall, it's pretty cool. We can turn on biomes, and that'll give us a little bit more to work with here. And it does have a lot of little lakes and little rivers kind of heading towards the center. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we could get this to work. That'd be kind of cool. All right. I'll just use this first one that popped up. Why not? All right. So let's get Photoshop booted up real quick. There we go. All right. So we want to match the Vone area to this as much as possible, keeping in mind that we're going to treat this central lake as the main area of interest. All right. So we're going to go back over to Inkarnate, and it looks like it has a mostly pine forest situation going on down by the water. So that is what we will do. We're going to lower the size here. We have random stamps turned on, but not random orientation. There we go. Seems pretty good. Right about there. Yeah, those are very small trees. And let's see. We can start painting them out. I feel like the flow is like pretty high there. So let's turn the density down. All right. And then, yeah, that should be a little bit more sparse. Okay, so it looks like all around the lake are opportunities for these pine forests. So we'll go ahead and kind of put those down. There we go. And we can even do... I don't think we can do a bigger brush per se. Yeah, alright. So we'll just kind of toss these guys down. Over to Pran. Okay. And then a little bit of forest here. Like, I want to start the other regions, but I kind of want to have a better sense of what's happening with Vone before we make that commitment. Alright, so we got sparse woodlands kind of along the coast. Alright. And then out from there, it looks like we've got swamps to the north, sorry, to the southeast, which works out good because we got the Briar Fens there. So let's see what we could find. Swamp. Nope. Okay, well we don't want Parchment World. We want Fantasy Regional High Def. Yeah. Alright, and swamp. Swamp trees. Excellent. Alright, we'll turn up the density a little bit here. And kind of leading out from there, we will portion off sort of a swampy area. There we go. Okay. That works pretty good. Because we wanted this town to be in sort of a swamp area. So that's working out pretty nice. Okay. And we'll also switch to these smaller plants, which you won't even really see zoomed out on the map, but it'll give sort of a sense of variation there. There we go. Alright. And back to the trees. Now, towards the center of the swamp, we could probably increase the brush size a little bit, get those trees a little bit bigger. There we go. And probably denser. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty cool. Okay. So we've got a little swampland there. That's cool. And let's see. Is this one safe for spoilers? Yep, we're just building out the world and the regions around it. So, let's see. We got to get some dead trees. Because once we get closer to the canal and this area, everything's just going to be dead. So, kind of bring that along there. There we go. And let's see. We got some actual spooky dead trees. We'll just throw those in randomly. Okay, and then some other dead trees as well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like where that's heading. Alright. So, there is a lone mountain in this region. So, let's go ahead and do that. Do we want it to be a spooky kind of Uggo mountain? Since this is like a spooky area, I kind of want to say yes. So let's give this a nice big mountain. Like right around here. Looks where it's about, yeah, about there. Alright. And we might want to move it over a little bit because it's got a bunch of dead trees growing on it. There we go. Yeah, that works. Alright. So let me delete these excess trees. There we go. Nice. Alright. Then according to this random generator, we start to get a lot of mountains along the north of Vone. Okay. And they look like they are these frosty boys. Now we already had some frosty boys there. So that works out pretty good. Let's see. We have smaller mountains. So we'll do that. Let's raise the size up a little bit. And apparently this whole area north of here is just very, very mountainous, very rocky terrain. And this kind of goes up through here ways. Go. And back here. Out to the sides. There we go. Nice. All right. And then it looks like there are some kind of gray mountains as well. So we could do these smaller gray mountains. And we'll size them up a bit. And we'll drop down a layer. There we go. To make sure that they show up behind these other mountains. There we go. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Alright. And kind of connect these guys a bit. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of cool. Alright, and then that sort of sums up the Northlands. We could put some hills in there, even though the hills in Inkarnate look fucking terrible. We could go ahead and put some hills in. So let's do that. Because there's all this... There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of mountains, and I feel like there should be some hills leading up into those mountains. There we go. So we'll do like really hilly terrain. It kind of looks like I just dropped a bunch of potatoes down on the map, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's see. That should appear behind everything. There we go. And let's see, brown hills. There we go. Put those at the base of the mountain, kind of coming out towards the waterways. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. There we go. All right. So we have this sort of hilly region at the base of the mountains. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay. I kind of want to put them everywhere now at the base of the mountains, because maybe it will normalize how ugly they look. If there's enough of them, will they still be ugly? Those are the questions we have to ask. We can't leave them unanswered. I think that is actually helping quite a bit. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that actually, I think, looks pretty good. There we go. Bring that up over here. There we go. Yes. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So now, according to this random generator, we also have some swampy land to the west. All right. So that could make sense. We could have this river be so languid that it kind of creates a little pocket of swamp. There we go. So something like that. There we go. And then we'll throw some plant life in there. There we go. Okay. And of course we can recolor the backgrounds as needed to make this match up. Alright. So then there is less of a pine forest and more of a traditional forest. So, okay, I guess we'll just go a tree and we'll make the forest ourselves. Okay, I guess deciduous tree is what we're looking for. Now, if we wanted to play up the seasons angle, we could make Folka always look like fall. I mean, that could be kind of cool. But we have winter here, obviously summer. I don't know, Halloween, is that a season? So we could also look at making this have a bunch of like cherry blossom trees, like this. It might be kind of cool. We could also sprinkle these cherry blossom trees throughout the region. That'd be kind of cool too. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Let's see. Go get your nap. All right. Let's go ahead and do at the edge of the forest these guys. There we go. And then we kind of fill in from there with slightly larger. Oops, that's way more than slightly larger. Slightly larger. Okay. Now it won't let me put a bunch of trees because my density is set pretty low. So if I want to get more trees in there, I'd have to up the density. And then even bigger trees as you go. Yeah, all right. And then we could also go in and add some of these guys to give them like some interesting color. Something else we could do with these trees to add kind of the Feywild vibe to it is we go to advanced settings, we go to filters, and we fuck with the hue. So we could turn these into blue trees now. There we go. And we could intersperse splashes of additional colors in with the pink trees to really sort of start selling that wild Fey area. Same deal over here. We could switch to purple. Get some purple trees in there, right at the edge of the swamp. Nice. Don't want to make them completely taken over. Yeah, so that's sort of the border area right there. And then according to this, they have grassland to the south, which works out really good because we go into a desert. So let's see. All right, so we got some grasses here. We'll start with it relatively dense. Nah, it's gotta be denser than that. There we go. We'll start with it relatively dense, even denser. There we go. Oh, we could actually increase the area. There we go. This will paint a whole bunch of them at once. Oh, yeah. I don't actually know if I like that too much. I feel like we could sell it better with, okay. Let's turn density down. And area down. There we go. And move that up here. That's fine. Alright. So now we're going to switch the hue on this to be like a yellow. So we're going to look for a yellow. And if we don't see a yellow along the hue, we're going to grab whatever is closest to a yellow. And we're going to lower that saturation a bit, lower the brightness a bit, turn the contrast. There we go. And now we have sort of a yellow grass. And we kind of switch that out to be a little bit more dead scrubland kind of thing as we go. Alright. Okay. Overall, not bad. Alright. And I think I'd like to get this swamp area a little bit more populated. So let's turn this up a little bit. Turn the size down a little bit. And now we could just put a shitload of these guys in there. There you go. And you can see by messing with the different settings, you can create some pretty dense forest without having to paint over and over and over again, which is really nice. There we go. All right. So then we've got these sparse woodlands in the center here. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, and we're going to lower the density a bit. And we're going to start filling that in a little bit more. Alright, and same thing over here. Fill that in a little bit more. And I think at that point, we'll have to go and clean up some of the roads a bit. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna like literally just go and remove trees to make sure that we can put a road or see the road. But for now, that gives me a much better sense of what we're dealing with Vone. So cool. That random generator was very useful. Alright. Let's see. Excellent. So now that we have Vone sort of for sure mapped out, we got to pick one of these 4 places and get to work on it. So we've got to pick either Tesfall, which is the broken land full of constructs, or we've got to pick the Nibul Territories, which is a bunch of Palabros and Palagals that are trying to kick some ass. Or the Folka, which is going to be Fae and Lycanthropes, or the Lena Tustani, which is going to be desert vampires. All of these sound super duper exciting, so I'm just going to roll a d4 and figure out which one to do. Alright, 2. 2 is going to be the Nibul Territories, so that is what we're going to work on next. Alright. So, according to this map for the Nibul Territories, it's just lush with trees and forests and stuff once they get inside of there. That's cool. We're going to go ahead, though, and start putting down settlements. We need to pick out a capital. Alright, so I'm going to minimize this, and we're going to open up our settlements, Spectacular Settlements book. And we're going to go back to capitals, and we're going to grind out some rolls here. Also, we have to decide sort of a base language to go off of. So what is Nibul Territories? What does that bring to mind? So I'm actually going to Google Nibul and see what comes up with that. Let's see. Nibul is a band. Nibul is a type of music. Nibul is apparently a place in Rio de Janeiro. Let's see. No, it's mostly just a band. Alright. So, what if we did something like... Okay. Alright. We could name the cities after famous... Oh, here we go. Spanish Renaissance names. That sounds kind of cool. It doesn't really help us with our Justinian vibe, though. But maybe. Alright. Let's see. Nibul, Catalana. So let's see. What's a good name for the city? Jonah de Toledo. No. Trying to think of another language that is similar that we could sort of like crib for. Let's see. I don't know what kind of languages come to mind. Famous witch hunters. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. All right, so let's see. Famous witch hunters. Okay. The 10 most infamous witch hunters in history. We've got George Scherer, Matthew Hopkins. These all sound like a bunch of really mean white dudes. Sebastian Michaelis. Ooh, Michaelis sounds pretty good. Robot, read that to me.
Michaelis.
Michaelis. Ooh, I kind of like Michaelis. Michaelis sounds pretty dope. Alright. You know what? We won't even stop to think. the capital city will be named Mykelis. Alright, so let's see, this is for the Nibul Territories. Alright, and the city is going to be called Mykelis. Alright, excellent. So, let's open up our guide again. Alright, and let's crank out some rolls. Oh yeah, Foundry for sure. Foundry for sure. I was on roll 20 for like 6 years, but I switched back in September. Would Justin name the capital after himself? I feel like that would be one step too far for him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be one step too far for him. I like Mykelis because Michael is a pretty famous angel in Christian mythology, obviously. So Mykelis, kind of like shout outs to that while still doing its own thing. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Do we want to randomly pick or do we want to randomly roll? Alright. We could get a D12 for origin. And we'll do D10 for age. If you guys are shouting out numbers or rolls, like, definitely preface it with what the die is that you rolled. I'm sure there's some kind of chat bot we could get that rolls dice, but size, we need a D20. And let's see, we'll need another D20. And environment, we already know what the environment is. It is going to be mountain and cold, but I guess it could be a valley. Okay, why don't we do that too? We'll do a D10 for that. And let's see, what else do we need? What's going on outside the capital? We need a, let's see, a couple of D-hundies. All right. And let's see, stewardship, we're going to need a D20. And general condition, fortification, we'll need some D20s. Oh, man. Okay. And then market square, I'm not really concerned about that. Okay. So I think that's a good start. So let me scroll back up. Whoa. Let's go to capitals. Jump to it. There you go. All right, let's see. Going up here, we've got for origin on a D12. We have a 12. So it is magical. The capital was founded around something related to magic. All right. Dope. Let's see. How old is the capital? Let's see. It is actually a recent thing. That's interesting. Okay. I kind of like that. So far, everything's been very old in this world. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. And it is very small, according to this die roll. Which is also very interesting. New and small. Alright. But according to this optional table, let's see, we got a D20, we got a 3. So it's actually even smaller than that. Man, okay. And let's see, environment. We're gonna need, let me go back through this chat here. We need another D10, I guess, because we're gonna see what's going on. If anybody, oh no, there's one. 5. Okay, so it is by the river. All right, makes sense. Okay, and then what is going on outside the capital? All right, outside the capital, we have an 89. Oh, it's a 13 on that first one. Oh, well, let's see. How would that change things? 13 would be medium. Okay, that's a little bit different. All right. Though it is half again as small as it's listed, so. Oh, no. It's actually bigger, half again, so add some. All right. And then for the environment, it's by the river. And then scrolling down, what's going on outside the capital? We got an 89. Subterranean warrens. Something is under the capital. I feel like we did that one already on a big capital city. I feel like it's kind of like overdoing it. Capitals moved to this new location? Maybe. Let's see. I'm going to roll a D100. See what we get. 63 is event grounds. Tended grounds for games, duels, ceremonies, and other events. Okay. Could kind of see that happening. Alright. Okay. And then, let's see. It is a well-managed stewardship. That's good. Alright. And let's see what else we got here. General condition of everything. Okay. Let's see. Decent condition. Alright. I'm just like scanning chat for numbers. So I'm not taking them in any particular order. I'm just kind of seeing what's in there. Alright. And then let's see. It is fortified. Makes sense. Alright. Alright, so fortified. They got crusades going on. Okay. I get a good sense of what's going on here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go back to our map and let us go to the text tool. There we go. And maybe we'll go to text tool. Will it let me grab this? There we go. Alright, so the capital needs to be along a river. And we have to decide if the capital is going to be right up in your face, or is it going to be safely tucked away, or is it going to try to be in the center of the civilization? I kind of feel like they want their people to feel safe, even though they're crusading. So, more than likely, they would keep themselves as far back from their neighbors as possible, because they're also a bit xenophobic as well. So I kind of want to put it like way up in the north here, rather than up here on the border. Now, they are trying to lure in as many new followers as possible, so being close to Vone does make sense, and they would have to use Vone as sort of a human shield. It's not a very lawful good thing to do, but these people are not really lawful good. They play it being lawful good. So I see the merits, of kind of having it right up here on the edge, close to this area, so they could sort of, and you have your strongest city, sort of like guarding the entry to your lands, right? Because you have these mountains over here, going to be kind of hard to cross. Got this mountain range right here. You got swamp and mountains right here. It's going to be a lot harder to cross. Coming in through this river, so we're for sure going to want a settlement here, and we're going to for sure want a settlement over here in the north west as well, I think. So you know what? I like the idea of this being pretty close. So let's do that. So we got Fandel here, but we're going to change it to Michaelis. Okay. There we go. And so Michaelis will be right around here. Sweet. Alright. And we'll grab this big boy city. And we'll plop that shit down right there. Alright. I like it. They say, don't come into our lands. We'll come to you. I like that quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, also, they control what comes into their lands as well. And since their greatest treasure is the belief of the people, keeping the people sequestered away, I mean, that's the good shit right there. So I'm going to go ahead and save that out. And we're going to go and pick out some more good names. Number 7 on the top 10 witch hunters of all time is Pierre de Lancre. Let's see. Robot.
Pierre de Lancre.
De Lancre? Oh, I kind of like that. It sounds horrible. De Lancre? Alright. We're going to go with De Lancre as being another area. So, while that's saving in the background, let's see. We've got capital city. Alright. Yes, that's what I meant. And then scrolling all the way down here, we will also put in De Lancre, which will be the western gate. There we go. Alright, so De Lancre, the western gate, I'm just going to call it right now. It's going to be a fortified gate city. Fortified wall city. There we go. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Alright. Hey, we just finished just in time. Alright, so we're going to move, not move, but we're going to copy pasta, this guy over here. There we go. Right about there works. Alright. And let's see. Paste down this. And De Lancre. Okay. Let's see. Open up the stuff. There we go. Okay. You want to be like that? That's cool. Let's bring this over here. De Lancre. Alright, so we know for sure they've got a walled city over there. I feel like it's kind of far away. Like, what are they even protecting against? This feels like such a neutral area over here. That actually gets me thinking, though. What if this fortified walled city of De Lancre is grown lazy from inactivity? This actually makes it an Achilles heel situation. Nice. Currently coasting on reputation alone. But the people have grown overconfident and rely on their faith and fortune rather than their skill and dedication. Nice. De Lancre sounds like a high school quarterback who grew up but never actually left high school. Let's see. You have ruined your own lands, you will not ruin mine. Absolutely. Maybe for the higher up the crusade, they mostly talk business in another remote area, not in the capital. Maybe. Yeah, like, I like that. Oh, you know what? You know what? Justin wouldn't name the capital after himself, but he would name this very nice fortress up in the mountains, this right here. He'd name it Justice Keep. Mm-hmm. There we go. All right. So let's see, Justice Keep up here, and this is where they're actually doing all their hard work. All right. So Michalis is the kind of gateway to the Nibul Territories, heavy duty with the New Testament sort of recruiting methods. Come to our pizza party, learn about God, that kind of thing. But once you get past Michalis into the actual Nibul Territories, that's where it starts to get a lot more Old Testament, Blood of Angels. Yeah, right? So Michalis is sort of like, our country is amazing. But then when you get past it, you realize that there are a bunch of hardcore militant zealots. Nice. I also kind of feel like in this frozen waste, they would not have a lot of smaller settlements, right? They'd probably just have a few key settlements, and then that would be it. Because for the most part, they want to keep everyone under their control, right? And if you have people spread out everywhere, that could be very problematic. So I feel like these 3 areas would be united by one more settlement. So something away from the water, just right here in the middle. Something right there. Alright, so that would be... let's see. Number 6. Balthazar von Dernbach. Balthazar von Dernbach was a Benedictine monk. He became a monk at age 12, and then he became Prince Abbot. Right from the beginning, he had a stern policy of counter-terraformation against Protestantism and killing them witches. Hype. Alright, so the city of Balthazar. I like that. Alright. Balthazar, good city. Let's go to text and punch this down. Put in Balthazar, and good. Balthazar is definitely the city of communication. Alright, so we'll do Balthazar is the city of messengers. Nice. And then, of course, we have Justice Keep, which is the seat of power in the Nibul Territories. Very cool. Okay. I like that quite a bit. Alright. Yeah, the capital is kind of like a front. Mostly keep the people in the city and do not like the people not in the city. All of that, hard agree. Hard agree. So, there is the question of what do these people, what do they eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, the priests can create food and water. All the settlements in the Nibul Territory tell the rest of the world are the 3. So the 3 are the only ones on the map. But maybe there are a bunch of smaller settlements out in the waste. Maybe where Justin sends people that do not conform. Yeah, I kind of like that. I definitely am picking up like a 10 Towns vibe from Forgotten Realms a bit. Because we've got this frozen area, this isolated community. So I like the idea that these essentially 4 big settlements have to sort of maintain on their own. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use this purple brush for now. And we will just paint road. Background? Road? There we go. So I guess a road will go like to here, and then a road would go to there. There we go. And then over here, boom. All right. And like, where does this even go from here? You know what I'm saying? They're like, we don't even know where the fuck we're supposed to go. We're just sort of protecting against nothing. Yeah, I like that. I kind of like the idea of there being an abandoned settlement right here. Like, they just didn't have the manpower to maintain it, and so they had to abandon it. I like that quite a bit. So let's grab one of these smaller boys and put him right here. Kind of nestled up in the mountains there. Ooh, that looks nice. All right. I feel like they try their best to mostly keep the food in the cities, mammoths and the like. Yeah, I feel like they definitely aren't getting a lot of like grain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of meat eating for sure. Could add a frozen lake situation that they are maybe by Balthazar. It's got a frozen lake. That might be kind of cool. All right, so let's go ahead and add. Let's add a little frozen lake here. Just a little one, you know. It's like back here. There we go. Just enough that we can justify them being alive, right? And then Balthazar can provide for these other communities if needed. Over here, Delanker, I like the idea that they have access to a forest and greenery and stuff that the rest of the people don't, which is part of why they've become sort of spoiled. Yeah, because this lake would have fish that you can't find anywhere else because they don't. It doesn't connect to the Chelsmar depths or the Kalesburn Reservoir. See, it's all coming together here. All right, so we need a good lake name as well. Let's see. If it's Balthazar, if the city is Balthazar, the Dernbach would be an amazing name for the lake, right? Because, you know, it's his last name. We're doing a little Easter egg action there. All right, anyways, we're going to grab Goodwin Dam, and we'll drag it over to this lake. Bloop. And this will be the Dernbach. Ooh, or we could do like a little bit of a pun, and it could be the Dernlock. Hey, the Von Dernlock. No, that's terrible. No, you know what? I kind of like it. The Von Dernbach. The Von Dernlock. Nice. All right. Let's see. Do we need something up here? Yeah. We're going to go out, and these people are going to be so overly dramatic. They're just going to call the mountain lake where the river comes from the source. Yeah, that's not creepy or anything. I also want to add to my notes. The source is a mountain lake spring, and there is some serious shit going on in this lake. All right, cool. I promise, like, not too many spoilers. So, but yeah. All right, so that works out pretty good. There's this whole area over here, so tempting. I don't even know what to do with that, but that's very, very tempting. Let's see. Oh, Binsfeld. Peter Binsfeld was a German theologian who was all up in that witchcraft. The Trier Witcher trials. Okay. Binsfeld sounds good, so we'll go ahead and label this abandoned place Binsfeld. All right. And in Binsfeld, Let's see. Put you right about there. Okay. And back into our notes. Binsfeld is the failed city. Okay. This city was lost to evil. Justin and his followers were forced to abandon it after a terrible curse fell upon the city. ... Alright. So Binsfield is ripe for some cool shit happening. Alright, that's awesome. Let's see. I really like how this world is just kind of coming together. Alright, so over here with Delanker. Alright, Delanker. I want it to be spoiled rotten. So we're going to go ahead and grab... Yeah, let's go ahead and grab some trees. We'll start with these here pine trees. Oh, they're very big. And we will lower the size of these pine trees. To like that. There we go. And we're going to make it super duper dense. So dense. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah. Cool. Like literally no one comes up here. Like no one is going to bother these people. And we'll lower the density. Kind of coming out of there a little bit. Okay. Nice. And then we'll switch to, let's see, winter trees. There we go. Snowy pine trees. There we go. Okay, kind of get that going through here. Nice. Alright. And I'm going to grab this mountain and bring it up. There we go. And I guess we'll bring this guy up. There we go. Alright. We got to meticulously hand place these trees. There we go. And rotate. Oh no, the tree fell down. Oh shit. Okay. Alright. So I like where that's going. Let's drag this over a little bit more. Alright. Okay, so they have this lush forest. Nobody's bothering them. Everything's going their way. Very spoiled. We've got this lake, this Balthazar. They're putting in all the work. Michalis is putting in all the PR up front. And then at Justice Keep, that's where they're plotting their crusades against the rest of the region. I guess if we did an adventure, because I've been kind of kicking around this idea, it would be really cool to do a series of shorter campaigns that focus on different factions and the way that they play in the world. And you would play the first one, and then that would influence the world, and then you'd write another short campaign that would take into account what happened in that first campaign, but your players would play different characters who from a different faction, and they have to interface with the world differently. Alternately, you're super badass, you run 5 different campaigns concurrently in the same world, and each of the 5 campaigns is happening at the exact same time as the other campaigns, and each group represents one of the different factions in the game, which would be kind of nuts. Yeah. Ooh, I like that idea, that there could be a city over here where there's like a rebellion. That's a good idea, actually. Alright, let's add some more stuff here to get this area a bit more interesting. So, again, we'll go ahead and just plop down some forests. There we go. And we could clean this stuff up later, I guess. But there we go. It doesn't necessarily have to be a barren wasteland up here if we could throw enough trees in there. Alright, bring that up to the source. There we go. Yeah, that works pretty good. Okay. Same deal. Forest along there. Alright. Let's see. We're gonna have to bring these mountains up to the front as well. And can I grab this guy in the back? Ugh. What a pain. Alright. I'm not gonna... Yeah, I can't just go through and clean up every single errant tree. We're mostly using this just to rough stuff out. So... Alright. We'll go down a couple layers just to make sure these trees don't get in the way again. Alright. So... Forest... I feel like all that's going to be clear, though. Okay. Now let's see what else we got. Is there something in the line of winter as the theme? No. Is there something in the line of snow? Snowy mountains. Beat up old villages. Okay. Let's see. Alright, we got snow hills from the olden days. Let's go ahead and grab those. That'll add some stuff. Alright, make these bigger. There we go. Oof, they're ugly. Oh man. I didn't realize, like, leaving that HD behind was so bad. Yikes. Yeah, they look really bad. Alright, we'll turn off the classic shit then. Guess we have to make it work within this. I know what we could do. We could take these dunes, and we could turn them into snow dunes. All we have to do is turn the saturation off. Boop, now it's snow. That was easy. Alright. So let's see. I'm gonna turn that down. And... yeah. Let's see what we could do. I feel like it's still too desert. So what can we do to make this look more like snow? We already turned the saturation down. We turn the brightness up to get it more white. Yeah, almost. Turn the contrast way up, like there. And then blend mode. Yeah, okay, that works. Alright, cool. So, let's go back to stamps. And blend mode will be multiply. There we go. And everything else here should be the same. So now we should be able to just sort of drop these guys down like it's nothing. Let's see, size, we can turn down. Density, that's the problem. We don't need to put a bunch, we need to put like one at a time. Area? Nah, yeah, there we go. Now we're just putting one down at a time. Alright, so let's see. Put this right about there. Go. Put that behind the mountain. Okay. Yeah, that actually seems like it's kind of working. Okay, put that over here. Nice. Alright, move that over here.
Dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready. Sweet. Okay. Oh, it's been an hour already? Oh, that sucks. Alright. Well, I mean, it doesn't suck because food's good, but... alright. And then we'll go in here And for dunes, all right, let's go ahead and lower saturation, turn up brightness, turn up contrast, change it to multiply again, and I could just sort of add. Yeah, there we go. This will also be kind of cool visually because it'll create sort of a mirroring of the desert that'll be at the south, because we're going to use, you know, the dunes down at the south as well. All right. So, and it breaks up this snow a bit to give it a little bit more of like shit's happening. All right. So the Nibul Territories, we have the city structure. We have all this laid out. Not sure what happened with the shading here. That's kind of crazy, but I guess I'll sort that out later. The relationship with their neighbors has kind of been established. They sort of lost this area. Were they cursed? Was it a biological weapon from Testfall that made them lose Binsfield? What is going on over here? This whole region is lush for additional content. Got some stuff going on with the source up here. Yeah. I'm very pleased with how this region kind of shaped up a little bit. And also through conversation, we have a lot of ideas about what we could do culturally with them, as far as information is controlled, beliefs are controlled. Once you're in the Nibul Territories, you generally don't leave the Nibul Territories and see the outside world. Only people who are faithful enough and zealot enough, but also able to sort of put on their best face, are allowed to sort of live in Mykalis and trade with the outside world. Now, we talk about how they want to go on crusades against other people, but they are sort of sequestered away. So, is the Nibul Territories all talk? When they mount crusades, like, where do they go? I mean, do they sail ships? If they sail ships, you know, where exactly are they attacking? What exactly are they attacking? Do the citizens of Vone make buku bucks off of the Nibul Territories? Because basically you have to travel through Vone. You have to move your army through Vone to get to any of the other regions that you want to fight with. How are the Nibul Territories paying for all this shit? Well, they have all these mountains. Maybe they have a lot of mining going on and a lot of rich ore and things like that. So that's stuff to think about. Nibul Territories are wealthy from ore and gems. They use this money to fund their endless military campaigns. Vone makes a pretty profit off these crusades, though they do lose citizens to the contagious zealotry along the way. Nice. All right. Good. I am very pleased with where we have gone with this region. We have 3 more regions to do, so next week we will tackle one of the remaining regions. Off stream, I will continue to develop and build out more and more of the behind-the-scenes stuff so that there's not a bunch of spoilers. But man, it is really starting to take shape, the world, and I am getting very, very excited about running adventures in this little demi-plane once it's done shaping up. So, next week we will knock out another one of the regions. Once we have finished all of the world itself with the broad strokes, we will continue building out the world by going to... I think we're revisiting the races. And what we're going to do when we're revisiting the races is we're going to decide what, we're going to decide what would make for a good system for this. Currently, I'm looking at Giffyglyphs Class Compendium, which is a 5e homebrew set. I think it's very good, but it could be better. There have been suggestions to kind of make our own type of game or setting. I want to revisit World of Darkness rules and see if maybe that could be done up nice and neat. Either way, I want to keep it relatively simple with a dice. The dice, determining yes, things happen or no, they don't happen, but also empowering the players to have a lot more storytelling. So, I don't know. Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna go eat some delicious food. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're making some really good progress here on the world, and I'm really enjoying watching it all come together. So, I'm not running any games tonight. There will be a stream tomorrow. It's gonna be prep for Skull and Shackles, Cloud Kingdom stuff. Then there'll be Rime of the Frost Maiden, which will be a pretty big session. Thursday, there won't be a stream. I have to work late at day job, but there will be Skull and Shackles. And Friday, I'm going to be making some maps in Inkarnate. I have a project that I'm working on that I will be building some maps for. So they're actually going to be maps that I plan to include in a published thing. So that's going to be exciting. All right. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week, and I'll catch you next time.